there was a City of Dodge City Commission meeting on Monday, and that means we get a check-in usually on Wednesday, but Nick was like running around the nation's capital or something, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, I was in Washington, D.C. meeting with the senators and the representatives,
Right.
and actually had the pleasure of spending the evening on Monday with Senator Roberts from Dodge City. He turned 90 years old.
Nice. Happy birthday,
so,
Senator Roberts.
So I had a great conversation with him, and we told stories because we're both Marines, and
Oh, yeah.
so it was pretty interesting conversations. We talked more about the Marines than we did anything else,
That's fair.
swapping old stories.
Absolutely.
So it was a good time. But at the City Commission meeting, the biggest thing that we did was we passed the expansion of the Star Bond District downtown. We made the announcement of the hotel, too,
Right.
which is going to be a Hilton brand hotel. It's going to be a Hilton Outset Collection.
Okay.
And the name of it's going to be the Marshall.
I like it.
A great name, isn't
What
it,
a great
Josh?
name. Perfect name.
Perfect
I love
name. But we got that approved, the district, and now we're going to be announcing the plan
Mm-hmm.
of all the Star Bonds functions, some of which are going to be projection mapping on
Right.
Boot Hill Museum,
Very cool.
on the mural. It's going to be a really neat process. Also going to be making some improvements at Boot Hill Museum, doing some of their long-term capital replacement items and
Right.
just maintenance that needs to be done
Right.
at the facility. So we're going to be helping them out. Some parking lot improvements. Also going to be working a lot more on streetscape. So we're just about done with, I'd say, phase 7, I think is what we're on
Right.
on streetscape. So now we're going to add probably another 6 or 7 phases.
Right.
So the streetscape downtown's just not quite done. We're going to keep working on it.
But this will be less invasive, maybe, because it won't close big, huge parking lots. It'll just do pieces of streets.
We are
and
going to
things.
close 3rd Avenue parking lot, the
For a
big
little
one
while.
between
Okay.
this distillery and the brewery, because we have to rebuild that one.
It's kind of a mess.
It is. Yeah, there was an accident several years ago when Boot Hill Distillery just opened. The truck fell out of gear and went through the retaining wall and broke the retaining wall. So we need to get that repaired.
Yes.
Other items we did during our proclamation for Arbor Day.
Mm-hmm.
Arbor Day's coming up quickly, and then also April is Fair Housing Month. Other items that we did is the reapproval, basically, of the development agreement for the hotel, which we talked about a little bit. And then we did the memorandum of understanding for Boot Hill Museum, which was a big item,
Right.
which laid out some of the improvements we're going to make.
Right.
As part of this whole hotel project, we're going to be looking at Boot Hill Resource Center.
Right.
Will become the parking lot for the new hotel. We're going to move their offices over to the Great Western Hotel and be on the 2nd floor. And then we're also making some improvements to the Occident and the photo parlor room. Just a lot of improvements that need to be
Because
made.
the city water line is under there. So
That is
that goes
correct.
away. So some of this has to change for that, correct?
Yeah, believe it or not, that building is just more of a, glorified lean-to.
I've spent a lot of
between
time
the
in
two.
there. I used to manage the photo parlor. It was a disaster.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, the building itself was a disaster.
Yeah, it's not really a good building
No, not at all.
whatsoever. So we'll make it a real building, which is good. We approved the purchase of a fire truck and a mower for the airport, just little bitty things
And
here and there.
it's a big mower.
No, this one is not necessarily a big mower, but it has several attachments on it.
It does more than mow.
It does more than mow.
Right.
It'll have a broom on it. It'll
Right.
have a blower. I mean, there's a lot of things to help clean the different areas of the parking lot.
So it's not just a big expensive mower for mowing the lawn.
That's
it does
correct.
a lot of big things.
That
There you
is
go.
correct. We also were awarded this week an airport terminal, not an airport terminal, an airport hangar grant from the state of Kansas, and also a grant for improvements to the fuel farm out there at the airport as well.
Awesome.
So we're going to be building a new hangar out there. Met with Zach Krotz a little bit yesterday on the phone, and we're going to start working on a plan to see what we can do to bring more planes and get more planes based out of Dodge.
Very cool.
Also, 2 weeks ago, since it's been a while, we went out and visited with SkyWest Airlines, which is our provider for service through United Airlines. And our contract with them is up this fall, so we're looking at renewing with them. One of the things we talked about is an overnight flight which would be basically the last flight of the evening coming in from Denver, have the plane actually based and stationed in Dodge, and then be able to leave out at about 6:30 in the morning every day, which will definitely help with connections to different areas. One of the things that's really neat about Denver is they're adding a bunch of nonstop flights, and with that first early morning flight, we'll be able to pretty much fly anywhere in the world, and you could probably be there by noon, or which is very important when you're a traveler.
Absolutely. You'll be able to leave Dodge earlier to get to Denver earlier to get on their nonstops to wherever you're going in the
That's correct. And the other thing we're looking at doing is a nonstop flight potentially to Houston, which would be really great for those folks that are wanting to travel to Mexico, Central America, Caribbean islands, or even Florida. Make it a lot easier for them. So it's one of our options we're going to be exploring. Some of the hesitations we have in regards to that, it's more cyclical, so it'll be very specific, a lot more traffic in the summertime, spring break, and it'll be more of a weekend type flight.
It wouldn't be like an everyday to Houston type thing.
That's correct. We need to figure out what would be best, because we don't want to have a half-empty plane going to Houston every day, because that doesn't do anyone any good.
Absolutely. One other thing I saw on the agenda, and I don't know if there's a lot of details, is, and I've heard a lot of people asking about it, is the West cowboy silhouettes that came down for the construction of Highway 50 to Cimarron.
Yes, so we approved with the Kansas Department of Transportation a piece of land that's off an access road that's just about, I'd say, a quarter of a mile to half a mile to the east of where that cowboy silhouette was on the west end. And so we'll be working on placing it there, have a small little parking lot, where folks can get out of their vehicles safely.
Instead of standing on the highway.
And walk up to the silhouette, be able to take their picture, and then get back on the road and move on. Because unfortunately, the east and the west sides were notorious for folks just jumping out of their car and taking a quick picture and trespassing on private property. And so this will be a lot cleaner, safer experience for all of our guests.
Absolutely. I love it. Of course, City Commission, the first and third Monday of the month. Agendas are at dodgecity.org, and Colin will even email them to you if you want.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Anything else on the list?
We have a lot going on, and I think you're going to be helping me with that digital projection mapping on Monday.
I've got that meeting. Yeah, I couldn't remember what day. It's on my calendar.
Yes, on Monday. So it'll be fun. Putting together some different programs and shows for that. Be a good time. Absolutely.
Going to be a lot of good stuff going on in the city of Dodge City. And as always, if people have questions or want to know what's going on, they can get a hold of you guys. How's the best way to do that?
www.dodgecity.org. You can email us at myself at nickh@dodgecity.org. Or you can call us at 1-620-225-8100.
There you go. All of that contact information, email addresses, phone numbers is all on the website.
That's correct.
There you go. All right, Nick, we appreciate the update as always, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Thank you, Josh.